pillars of Blue are urbanism, regionalism, storytelling, and building networks.
Kate Rube from Smart Growth America in DC.
Justin Azarella from Buffalo, Elmwood Village Association.
Chris Jacobs, Charlie Hurry.
Catherine Sterinsky, Akron and Cleveland, Ohio.
Antonio French, I produce a political video blog in St. Louis.
Melissa Simon, I'm in Chicago, Illinois, and I work for the Great Lakes National Program Office.
Pat Clark, Jackson Clark Partners, private consulting firm, and roller derby announcer for the Steel City Derby.
Rhoda Matthews, Flint Club, Flint, Michigan.
Nate Don Barnett, Ypsilanti, Michigan, and working at the President's Council, State University of Michigan.
Dominic Gotti, Cleveland Plus, Youngstown, Rusty Waters Apparel.
Evelyn Burnett, Youngstown Clean Executive
Trista Powers, I live in Akron. Desire to give it a shot in our hometown. You know, this feeling that we were both devoted to living in a city, and I felt like I didn't really know Detroit at all. And I'm essentially getting to know Detroit for the first time because I didn't know it before I left.
Here, because I think sometimes we feel like it's just us, woe is me, you know, oh, it's my little city, but you know, in some ways it was kind of good to know that we're not in this fight alone.
There were some bloggers in Buffalo who recently got all excited about Buffalo and said, "Ooh, is Buffalo the next Portland?" And I was thinking, no, we're not the next Portland. We're the next Buffalo. You know, we have a unique identity.
We just did an alternative bus tour of the city of Buffalo.
Close to our water. We are in a tremendous waterfront park right now, but it's so neglected that it's really shameful. We cut the loop about halfway through, but I was driving through here last night, and there's a drop-off of about a foot when you drive over some of this pavement. I mean, we're on the border of a low-income community, a minority community. There's no investment in this park, and it's really, I mean, it's despicable, the condition that this park is in.
It was a really incredible tour, I think, and really showing the challenges historically that our urban areas have dealt with and will continue to deal with the legacy that I think of bad planning and bad responsiveness to the public and the communities and the neighborhoods, that we're really, I think, going to have to deal with some of these issues of race and issues of injustices that have occurred over time before we can begin to really revitalize our cities and look at them as places where everyone can benefit from living in the city, not just a few and not just a handful of neighborhoods, but citywide. So I think that's what I really learned from the tour is, you know, it can't be some winners and some losers. It has to be everybody winning at once.
So basically, Generation X is half the size of the baby boomer population. So the boomers are about to retire, 87 million of them, but we only have 47 million Generation X. That's a really compelling point when you're talking about attracting the top talent in the world to your particular city. Fortune 500s will lose half of their senior managers in the next 3 to 5 years. So this is their most experienced, they know the most about the company, they need some sharp talent to come in and start that succession planning right away.
So we approach it with a three-pronged approach, actually. It's called Attract and Retain Talent. And that will reach out to young professionals, the business community, as well as college students.
Issues and do I feel comfortable living here? Guess what? Many of my friends who are within my niche community have left Buffalo because it's like, I want to live my life and be the person I am and be able to do that walking down the street or wherever and not feel ostracized or, you know, be called names or being given less opportunities. So that's
It became, with each person after each city, more and more heartening that people do feel that sense of isolation, that we do want to share information, that we do want to share resources, and that it's not just about telling our coastal peers that our cities are cool, and it's not just about telling them that we can have an interesting nightlife and find good art and smart people. It's about living in a place where we all have decided to contribute in however we can to its future, and to a future that's livable and sustainable and inclusive.